We broke it exclusively on Medidas Cautelares and today it's confirmed. Former Prime Minister José Luis Rodríguez Zapatero has been placed under formal investigation. Let's get started. Hello everyone and welcome to a new edition. Urgent Medidas Cautelares special because this is information we reported exclusively here on Medidas Cautelares and on Libertad Digital. Then other media outlets pick it up and take the credit, but no, you know it and you even posted it on social media. If Miguel Angel says it, Zapatero is going to end up under formal investigation. And that's how it happened. Zapatero, the former prime minister, no less, has been placed under formal investigation for such serious crimes as being part of a criminal organization. Breaking news that we are going to discuss right now, because it must be said that the operation being carried out by the Economic and Fiscal Crime Unit of the National Police is still ongoing. Searches are being conducted at Zapatero's office, at the company owned by Zapatero's daughters. In short, everything is still ongoing. And the judge of the National Court, José Luis Calama, is directing and orchestrating this operation against corruption within the framework of the Plus Ultra case. Let's take a look. Let's review, as I was saying, all the information we have up to this moment. By the way, if you haven't done it yet, remember to subscribe to the Medidas Cautelares channel. We're already on our way. We're heading towards 130,000 subscribers, aiming for 150,000. And we already have this very interesting breaking news on the screen. Finally, Zapatero placed under formal investigation for criminal organization, influence peddling, and falsification in the Plus Ultra case. There you have the Prime Minister, former Prime Minister, José Luis Rodríguez Zapatero, and the head of the Central Court of Instruction Number 4 of the National Court, José Luis Calama, has placed under formal investigation the former Prime Minister, José Luis Rodríguez Zapatero, for crimes of criminal organization, influence peddling, and falsification. Legal sources consulted by Libertad Digital state that Zapatero could testify as a suspect on June 2 at the National Court as part of the Plus Ultra case. Let me remind you, in the Plus Ultra case, the alleged crimes related to the bailout by Pedro Sanchez's government of the airline Plus Ultra are being investigated. All of this was done with Spanish taxpayers' money, 53 million euros that were used to bail out this airline. The same sources consulted indicate that the office of the former president of the government and 3 other companies are being searched. Among those companies is none other than the FAB, the company owned by Zapatero's daughters. Judge José Luis Calama has just lifted the seal on the case file, the secrecy of the proceedings. As I mentioned, we already reported this exclusively on Medidas Cautelares and Libertad Digital. A long time ago, back in August of last year, we already reported that the Anti-Corruption Prosecutor's Office was following the case precedent due to a series of large-scale money laundering operations. Later, we reported that last April specifically, Zapatero was already on the verge of being formally placed under investigation. All of this happened after the investigation of the Plus Ultra case was referred by Madrid's Court of Instruction Number 15 to the National Court, and Judge Calama took over the investigation. The former socialist leader has been implicated in numerous corruption scandals, in which he appears as a key figure, including the Plus Ultra case we have discussed. But I have to tell you that this won't be the only case he will have to face. Zapatero, because also, as we revealed exclusively in Libertad Digital more than a year and a half ago, Zapatero allegedly acted as an intermediary. He allegedly channeled funds from Nicolas Maduro's Venezuelan regime to finance illegally no less than the Socialist International of Pedro and the Very Socialist Party of Pedro Sanchez. To do this, he would have used bank accounts even in Russia belonging to his proxies, so pay close attention to Zapatero, not only because of the Plus Ultra case, and now we also return to Plus Ultra, because the businessman Victor Daldama already reported at the time that Zapatero allegedly received 10 million euros in commissions in exchange for promoting the bailout of Plus Ultra. According to Daldama, this money was intended to fund Pedro Sanchez's candidacy to preside over the Socialist International, or also, of course, directly to benefit Pedro Sanchez, so pay close attention to this information. As I said, this is breaking news. Right now, searches are being carried out at the company owned by Zapatero's daughter, at two other companies, and at the office of the former Prime Minister, Jose Luis Rodriguez Zapatero. And we are talking about something extremely serious because we are talking about nothing less than a former Prime Minister of Spain who is being investigated for very serious crimes such as criminal organization, influence peddling, and falsification. These are extremely serious crimes. This is far-reaching information, and of course it is international news. And of course, we have to pay very close attention to everything that might happen in the next few hours, in the next few minutes, and even in the coming days. Because the confidentiality order in this case is going to be lifted, and of course, this could have many consequences. As I said, this case might not only involve Zapatero, it could even reach the Prime Minister himself, Pedro Sanchez. About a month ago, we already reported in Libertad Digital that, well, last April, Zapatero was on the verge of being charged. And of course, we can't rule out that Judge Calama might end up summoning Daldama as a witness because, as I told you, Dama did speak. No less than 10 million out of those 53 million euros that would have gone to the airline to Plus Ultra. It could have been a commission that would have ended up, well, in Zapatero's pocket and would have also benefited Pedro Sanchez. So, be careful, pay close attention to what might come out of this Plus Ultra operation and to what might happen. And then also, another question that many people are asking and that I've been asked in the last few minutes is, what about money laundering? Because so far, they've only discussed criminal organization, influence peddling, and falsification in this part of the proceedings. Very serious, extremely serious crimes, but the crime of money laundering doesn't seem to be included at the moment. It should be said that this investigation into the Plus Ultra case started a long time ago, specifically because of the crime of money laundering involving funds coming from Venezuela. And in this story, the airline Plus Ultra appeared. So, let's say that the crime of money laundering is the origin of this story, and it can't be ruled out that it might come up again once we know all the details of the case file. Alright, we have to pay close attention because I think this is going to lead to a lot. I'm getting information that there is very powerful, very serious information in that case file. Thanks to the efforts of the Economic and Fiscal Crime Unit of the National Police, which is trying to restore its standing after being dismantled by the President of the Government and the Ministry of the Interior under Fernando Grande Marlaska in the last 8 years. And they want to restore their standing with this investigation, and also thanks to the work of the Chief Anti-Corruption Prosecutor Alejandro Luzon, which we need now more than ever as it's the last independent part of the Public Prosecutor's Office. That's why it's already on the government's radar. They are pressuring him from all sides and Luzon has to remain firm as he has been doing so far. We'll see what happens in that statement from Zapatero on June 2nd, as we said, because it's certainly going to have a lot of consequences. We assume he will deny everything, he'll play the victim. The victim will be Bambi again, like years ago, but now we have Zapatero no less than under formal investigation and getting closer and closer to the president of the government, Pedro Sanchez. Any updates or information, you'll get them here on Medidas Cautelares. That's it for this edition of Medidas Cautelares. I hope you liked the video, this information, so you can see that everything we talk about here has an impact, it has consequences. The exclusives we share here come true. I don't know about other media, other channels, but here when we say exclusive, breaking news, when we reveal things ahead of time, they end up happening. And today is proof of that. If you want to contribute, support this channel like you've been doing, thank you all very much. You can make a contribution via Avisun at 627-556-370, 627-556-370, and you can also become a member of Medidas Cautelares, like the chosen ones for less than 3 euros a month, or like the supreme ones for less than 7 euros a month. We have to dedicate today's video to Nuria Tarega, who is our new member, like the chosen ones. Thank you very much, Nuria, for your support and for the support of all of you. We are already more than 100 members who make up this great channel, this great community. What are Medidas Cautelares? The most important thing, as I always say, is that this information reaches everyone because information is power. See you soon.